She is the devil. Everyone has met her, but nobody knows her nationality or where she lives. On a daily basis, she relentlessly toys and plays with little hearts of all gamers around the world without a shred of empathy. It is, of course, Tai Ming. Today I'm going to talk to you about how important it is to prevent this devil, or if you're lucky, even make her your best friend. I will show 3 rounds as examples. I'll just go over this quickly. In this game I was coaching myself, and we're taking some banana control, and then we are turning around going A. But since we're talking about timing, let's look at what happens in this round. We get the control. CTs are throwing some retake nades. Missed the smoke though. And from this point on, right now, we don't have eyes on banana. So this means if we are really unlucky, the CTs could push this immediately as soon as you leave this angle. They can, in theory, push it, which means you should be aware of it. And they actually do this on a good timing. And just rushing down banana. And you can see these little arrows is where the players are looking. And you can see that both Misuta and Crucial, they are not looking for this flank because it is so fast. You see they're not even thinking about it because the timing is so good from the CTs. Still not looking. Not giving it any thought at all. An easy flank. So one of the main points is that you just need to be aware when you can get flanked. That there's a possibility of you getting timed, so to say. And it is all about awareness. When you're playing, you're mostly in this free flow state where your brain automatically calculates the most likely outcome depending on what happens in the round, what information you're getting in the round, and how you prepared the game, maybe knowing how they like to rotate. And when you're trying to take control, take a side, shooting, it gets harder to understand this flank and think about it because so much else is going on. And this is why Crucial or Masuda doesn't think about this flank, because in their minds they're just really focused on getting this short duel. They focus on throwing nades, communicating. There's a lot of talking probably. So in their minds they didn't calculate this flank yet because it was so fast. Let's look at this angle once again. When Misuda leaves the wall here, now we don't have any information. Banana, they could be here already and they could push us. And you just need to be aware, even though it is kind of unlikely that you're getting flanked that fast, it is going to happen in some rounds. So you just have to be aware that every time you leave an angle holding, in theory there could be a CT walking out the exact moment that you stopped holding this angle. And because this is not that likely, the more awareness you have and the understanding of this and how much your brain can cope with within the game, obviously the better player you're going to be. Here's an example from face versus mouse. And I'm just using these examples because it just randomly popped up into my head. I remember these 2 specific situations that they were kind of similar. So Broke is doing some light banana pressure. Face are looking to do some sort of A-go with Tech 9s. But in this round I want you to look at Robs and how he reacts. They're throwing the nades, doing the execute. And Robs he knows he's the last man. This point of the map is no danger to him because he's the last man, so he might as well look banana because there might have been a fast flank. And he does. He turns around though because Exertion is also really fast. He actually runs through his own Molotov, just tanking a little bit of damage, so just to be even faster. And Exertion really trying to hit this extreme fast timing. So Robs gets up mid. And even though Robs just cleared mid a little bit, he still does, a little jiggle. He actually peeks it. you can see that he just, he does a little jiggle maybe just to, clear it to be safe, because Robs knows that FaZe haven't been looking at banana at all. So in theory, Exertion could be pushing this, and Robs knows this. He's very aware. He even checks it twice. But I think Exertion just beats this angle because he's on bench. But the point is that Robs was ready for it. He even checked it twice. But he just missed this timing, which is kind of unfortunate. And Exertion just gets one kill. But what happens in the round doesn't really matter. It's more about the theory and how you should always be aware of the flanks. Now I'm going to show one round from S versus G2 when NiKo hits a sick timing. And there he just saw maden's head. And let's look at it for maden's POV. He looks banana, he looks away, and NiKo saw his head. So this is very unfortunate timing from maden. Unlucky timing. But this is where you also have to be careful with just saying unlucky. Some players have tendencies to calling things unlucky, and this can be a little bit of a dangerous path from my point of view as a coach, because calling things unlucky kind of takes the responsibility away from the player. Being unlucky means that there was nothing you could really do to prevent it, which means, the player's not going to improve. That's like saying, I could have done absolutely nothing at all to prevent this, but most of the time you can actually prevent things. And in this particular example, some might say this is fly fucking. Maybe it is, but it's also just a general thought that can be applied to every round on all maps. You don't have to look at this example directly, but just to think about being aware and to get better timings, because it is a skill to have good timing as well. And in this situation, maden could have actually, if he peeked banana the whole way, then he probably would have seen NiKo. But as you can see, he moves away at this point where he's actually out in the open, and NiKo catches, of course, an insane timing, and this won't happen a lot, but it happened. So, but this is what you would call like a very, very tiny mistake. This exact example will not happen many times at all. maden shouldn't have been looking away before he was actually behind the wall. This way he couldn't have get seen from banana without himself seeing NiKo in this situation. And again, just to emphasize it, this is maybe not even a mistake from maden. I wouldn't call it that. This is just an example of timing and how it can hurt you. Even the tiniest missteps can cost you this timing. So this is just to show how important it is to work on your timing. And I don't really think maden, like, this is not an example I would bring up as a coach, because I think it's such a small misstep from maden that it doesn't really matter to bring that up. Then you're also just bashing the player, and there's no need for that. This is just very unfortunate from maden. And my point is still, I'm mentioning it because at some situations you have to look at, could I actually have done something to prevent it? Because as I said, if you're always talking about being unlucky, then you really don't have to improve. Then it's just, I'm lucky I couldn't do anything at all. So there's just a fine line between what actually to look at. But in the general big picture, it's just about you as a player working at the whole picture on your awareness and your timing, because you will improve and you will get more kills in the future if you work on your timing. And that, my friends, was my little introduction to timing.